how I start my 0 to 100 look is I first of all start off with plucking my eyebrows and shaving my face. This is something I've recently started to do. I've only done it, I think, a couple of times, like 2 or 3 times so far. I really like the outcome. It's really nice to do when you do really want that like flawless skin finish. But I'll show you really quickly what I do. First of all, I'm just going to pluck my eyebrows and then I will go into shaving my face. And then to shave my face, I use this tool here, which you can get from eBay. I'll leave the link in the description box below. But basically, it's a really gentle, tiny razor. It's just one blade that you use. I think it's meant for brows, but you can use it wherever you want, really. So to do this, I really simply and really carefully just go down my face like so. And then you basically just take off the very fine hairs that are all over your face. Try not to do like your almost like sideburn area, and don't go too crazy on the brows as well, because you'll probably take off a bit that you really wish you hadn't. I've done that once. But yeah, I think it's really nice like for around here, and you'll be surprised how much like baby hair that you'll get off in this area here. Like, I do anyway. If you take the blade and just go really gently down your face, with a really light hand basically, it will get off all of the baby hairs in all of these areas. And it's a really great tip for exfoliation as well. It just takes off that top layer of dead skin, so everything should then go on really smoothly. So I'll just show you a little bit how I do this. So yeah, you can literally go over your entire face. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you aren't bothered about your facial hair. The only reason I do it is for makeup purposes. So if you want to do that, then obviously be my guest. And just promise me you won't go in with a normal razor that you would use to shave your legs or something, because this is a lot more gentle than something like that, and you could do all sorts of damage. One thing you want to make sure when you're doing it as well is that every area that you're going over with the razor is completely flat. So manipulate your face in any way that you can, just to make sure that that area is flat so you're not going to catch anything. So the last thing to note when shaving your face is to always go with the grain rather than against the grain. I've never encountered any like darker hair growing back or anything, so I can safely say that for my kind of like skin type, in terms of hair, that it shouldn't come back any darker. So I feel like it's probably just a myth. And to always spray your razor at the end of application with some like antibacterial spray. So this one is just by Morphe. I would usually do that step the night before and then do like my skincare after. But for the purposes of the video, I did it just before my makeup, which means that next I'll go in with primer. For my primer, I take basically Professional Primer by Benefit, and I'll put that in the T-zone of my face. And I'll just drag the like last bits down like further around my face as well. And then for the perimeter, I'm just going to use the Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection base. For foundation today, I'm going to be mixing two. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation and the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This one I've just started to use recently, like every day, and I really, really like it. It's really, really good. It just feels really like light on the skin. I'm used to stick foundations, which are quite heavy, so it's really nice to have something quite light to wear every day instead. Then I will take the Urban Decay Naked brush. It's like a double-ended brush, and just put that into the skin. It's like the perfect fresh clear face basically. Next I'll move on to some concealer. I'll just use the Revolution Conceal and Define. I feel like I like it more than Tarte Shape Tape at the moment. It just doesn't crease on me as much. I'm not sure if it's because it's slightly thinner, but I will just pop a little bit of that under my eyes. Then I'll just take any beauty sponge and some MAC Fix Plus and spray that and then blend that in. Because I'm doing my 0 to 100 look, I'm going to cream contour with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in Light. Oh, it's fair actually. For that, I will take these two colours here and mix them together and put them in the hollows of my face. First of all, I'm going to take any oil. This is the Glow Drops by the Hero Project, and pop that into the two shades that I'm going to use. Then I'll mix them together with my G42 by Morphe. I'll squeeze in my cheeks and put them in just below my cheekbones. I'm just going to spray my face with MAC Fix Plus. And then I'll take the same foundation brush and just blend that in with the foundation. They just blend so nicely into the skin, no matter what foundation you're wearing. And yeah, they are a bit cool tone for me. I probably could do with the medium kit now, but they do create a nice shadow, like you can see that there. Then you can warm up the area with bronzer in a bit so that it doesn't look so crazy. Next, I'm going to take a tiny amount of this colour here. Pop that just under my eye and in the centre of my forehead to brighten. And to blend that out, I will take a beauty blender. To set that in place, I will take my favourite RCMA No Colour Powder and go in with a damp beauty sponge to just settle all of that down. I'll do it on top of my eyelids as well, because I find that I crease really easily up there. To set the rest of my face, I'll use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder, just with any kind of big brush, and then just pop that all over the face, just a really light layer. For bronzer, I'll go in with my trusty Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I will take this shade just in the middle on a Jaclyn JH05 with Morphe. And I will just pop that one in the hollows of my cheeks first and then just kind of build it up. Then I'll take a bigger, fluffier brush. This is the JH02, and I'll take the same shade, but I'll run that through my hairline and on the top of my forehead. Then I'll just take the same shade and just run that over where I did the more precise contour. I'm going to take the NARS Laguna bronzer and just do a really quick skim of everywhere as well, at the highest points of the face really. I went ahead and did my nose contour off camera because I cannot for the life of me do that on camera. I just really struggle with it, but basically I took these same shades from the Kat Von D palette and took a brush like this and just really lightly went down either side of my nose and then blended it out with the Beauty Blender as well to just tone it down. And now I'm going to take Gold Rush by Benefit on a JH04 brush and blush my cheeks. For my highlight today, I'm going to take a mix of Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop by Jaclyn Hill and pop that on the high points of my face. I then take the JH33 brush, it's just like a bit of a tapered brush, take the highlight shade and run that down the nose. For brows, I will take the NYX Tame and Frame Brow Pomade in the colour Blonde, and I will outline and fill in my brows with this. I've been going for more of a natural brow recently. I just kind of like prefer it. I don't know, I've just kind of changed that style a little bit. I'll take a little bit of the NYX brow pencil in the colour Blonde as well. It's just a bit darker, I feel like, so I kind of add that in as well to just give my eyebrows a little bit more tone. Now I'll take my powder again and the beauty sponge and use this edge to carve out the bottom of my bronzer slash contour. So for my eyes, I'm going to use these two palettes, which are the Dose of Colours Desi X Katy palette and the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette, which both of these, I think the Dose of Colours palette you could probably get on like Beauty Bay, and the Zoeva palette, I'm pretty sure you can just get them inside of like Selfridges now. To start off this look, I'll take a really fluffy blender brush and go into Substitute for Love in the Zoeva palette. I will then pop that all over the lid and take it up quite high once most of the colour has blended out, focusing on the outer corner. I'm actually going to take this brush just here, which is the JH10 brush, and basically it's completely flat and slightly slanted, and I will go into the powder that I have and just stamp out where I want my eyeshadow to finish ideally. Now with a slightly more tapered brush, I'll go in with Freshly Toasted in the Zoeva palette and go in the crease, focusing on the outer corner as per. Then with a even smaller brush, this is the Zoeva 224 brush, we'll go in with this shade right here from the Desi and Katy palette and take that on the outer corner. And once you've blended that in, just take whatever's left and put it into the crease as well. Now with that shade, I'm going to take this G28 brush by Morphe, which is just a flat top brush. I will stamp into that dark brown and almost do, well, I will essentially do a liner with that brown colour across my entire eye. And now then I have winged it out as well. I'm going to take the small brush and go in with the lightest shade that we used on the eye and just blend that out. Because I still want it to be quite sharp on the edge, I'm going to just go in with a angled brush and just stamp the initial line quite harshly. Now we can repeat the same colours on the lower lash line. Then I will pop some of this shade right here on the top of my eye. Then I will go back in with Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop by Jaclyn and highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. I'm just going to head off and put some mascara and some lashes on, and I'll be right back. So I put on my Farrah lashes by Huda Beauty, and I think they make all of the difference. And then I have just lined my lips with this lip liner, which is by NYX, and it's called Nude Suede Shoes. So it just looks like this if anybody's interested. And then for the centre of my lips, I'm going to put on Nude Kate, which is my absolute favourite lipstick of all time by Charlotte Tilbury. And then I will pop on some Brillo lip gloss by Dose of Colours. Now it's time to wipe away the bake. Now I'll spray my face with All Nighter by Urban Decay. And now I look like a completely different person. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. The other video that was actually voted quite highly in my Instagram whole thing that I did. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you definitely should. It's at Elise Cadden. But the other one was a challenge video, so I will definitely be getting around to filming that very soon. I just need to decide what challenge. At the moment, I'm considering I eat my childhood food for a day. Seen that going around on the internet a bit, and I don't know, I just thought it was like really great and really funny. So I'd quite like to do that. Plus, I love Dairy Dunkers. They are definitely a weak spot of mine. So I could do that one really, really easy. If you did like this video and have made it to the end, thank you. I would really love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I love to put out content, and I just appreciate it 10 times more when I get people like yourselves watching it. So thank you, and I will see you in my next video.